You've probably come across terms like ETFs, index funds, mutual funds, or hedge funds while scrolling through your feed. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about these investment options in the simplest way possible. We're covering what funds are, the main types available, how they operate, what risks and fees come with them, and most importantly, which one might be right for you. Stick around for the next 10 minutes and you'll have clarity on concepts that confuse most people for years. Quick disclaimer though. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Always do your own research or consult a professional before making investment decisions. What is a fund? Let's start with the basics. Picture this. You're planning a party with friends. Instead of one person footing the entire bill, everyone chips in. With that combined budget, you can afford better food, entertainment, decorations. The whole experience improves because you're pooling resources together. A fund works the same way. Multiple investors contribute their money into one pot, and that pool gets invested across various assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, you name it. Rather than managing each investment individually, the fund does the heavy lifting and everyone shares in the results. Simple concept, powerful tool. Index funds, the set it and forget it option. Now let's talk about index funds, probably the most hyped investment on the internet right now. You've definitely heard someone say, just invest in an index fund and chill. But what does that actually mean? Here's the deal. Index funds don't try to outsmart the market. They simply mirror it. They track an index, which is essentially a list of companies that represent a specific slice of the market. Take the S&P 500, for example. It's an index following 500 of America's largest companies. The bigger the company, the more influence it has on the index's performance. When the S&P 500 rises, it generally signals a healthy market. There are indexes for everything. The Nasdaq focuses on tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. It's been crushing it over the past decade thanks to the tech boom. The Dow Jones Industrial Average tracks 30 major companies across various industries. Think Coca-Cola, Boeing, Johnson & Johnson. You'll also find indexes for small-cap stocks, international markets, emerging economies, and specific sectors like healthcare or energy. The possibilities are endless. The beauty of index funds? They're passively managed. No one's actively picking stocks or timing the market. They just follow the index. This keeps costs incredibly low. Most charge an expense ratio between 0.02% and 0.20% annually. So on a $1,000 investment, you're paying maybe 20 cents to $2 per year. That's it. Major players in this space include Vanguard, BlackRock's iShares, and Fidelity. Index funds are also considered lower risk because your money spreads across hundreds of companies. If one tanks, your entire portfolio doesn't collapse with it, though this depends on which fund you choose. Important thing to know, unlike stocks, you can't buy or sell index funds instantly throughout the day. They're priced once daily after markets close, using something called the net asset value, or NAV. This is calculated by taking all the fund's assets, subtracting expenses, and dividing by the total number of shares. So if you place an order at 11 a.m., it won't execute right away. It processes at the end of day price, usually after the 4 p.m. market close. Some fund companies might take a few days to fully process your order. This means you don't have real-time control over your exact purchase price. For long-term investors, this isn't a problem, but it's good to know up front. Why all the hype around index funds? They're cheap, require minimal effort, and historically deliver solid long-term returns. Even Warren Buffett recommends them for most investors because beating the market consistently is extremely difficult. Mutual funds, actively trying to win. Mutual funds might look similar to index funds at first. Both pool investor money and diversify across multiple assets. But here's the key difference. Mutual funds are typically actively managed. This means a professional manager or entire team is constantly making decisions, buying and selling based on research, market trends, and strategy. Their goal? Beat the market. Outperform benchmarks like the S&P 500 by picking winners at the right time. Sounds promising, right? But there's a downside. Active management means higher fees. Mutual fund expense ratios usually run between 0.5% and 1.5%, sometimes even more. And here's the kicker. Research shows most actively managed funds fail to consistently beat the market over time. Still, some investors prefer mutual funds because they trust a particular manager's expertise or want access to specific sectors and asset types not available in standard index funds. It's another way to diversify your portfolio. Big names here include Vanguard, Fidelity, and JP Morgan. They offer both actively and passively managed options, so always check which type you're buying. Like index funds, mutual funds also trade at end-of-day prices. You can place orders anytime, but they execute after market close. Hedge funds, the high-stakes game. Hedge funds are a whole different beast compared to what we've discussed so far. The name hedge suggests risk protection, but in reality, hedge funds chase aggressive returns using complex strategies. Here's what sets them apart. Hedge funds are private investment pools for wealthy individuals and institutions. They invest across a massive range: stocks, bonds, real estate, currencies, derivatives, and use advanced tactics like short selling, betting against stocks, leverage, borrowing money to amplify investments, and derivatives to maximize gains. Fund managers have significant freedom to make bold, risky moves that can lead to massive profits or devastating losses. That's why hedge funds are restricted to accredited investors, people with high net worth or income who can stomach the volatility. And the fees? Hedge funds are notorious for their 2 and 20 structure, a 2% annual management fee plus 20% of any profits. That's substantially higher than index or mutual funds. To justify these costs, hedge funds aim for much higher returns, but with that comes much higher risk. Finally, let's cover ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Think of them as a hybrid between index funds and individual stocks. Like index funds, ETFs provide diversification by pooling investments across many assets. But like stocks, they trade throughout the day on exchanges. This means you can buy and sell ETFs in real time, watching prices fluctuate minute by minute and choosing your exact entry and exit points. That flexibility is huge. ETFs also boast low fees, usually between 0.03% and 0.75%, comparable to most mutual funds. Most are passively managed and track specific indexes, sectors, industries, or markets. Want to invest in the S&P 500? You can do it through an index fund or an ETF that tracks it. The difference is the trading flexibility. Plus, many brokerages now offer commission-free ETF trading, making them highly accessible to everyday investors.
So, which should you choose? For most regular investors, index funds or ETFs are your best bet. They're affordable, straightforward, and offer excellent diversification for long-term growth. Mutual funds might make sense if you believe in a specific manager's approach or want targeted exposure to certain sectors. Just be prepared for higher fees and no guarantee of outperformance. Hedge funds are designed for high net worth individuals, comfortable with significant risk and steep fees in exchange for potentially higher returns. They're not for everyday investors. That's the breakdown. If this cleared things up for you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. I'll drop another recommended video in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.